Welcome to the Alpine Church of Spiritual Living. We're glad to have you with us this morning. And if you are watching this on YouTube later in the day or tomorrow, whatever time you're watching it, know that we are here to serve you and to give our love and service to all of you. So if you would like to go on our website, alpinechurchofspiritualliving.org, and if we have any benefit that you can provide, we can provide to you, I would appreciate if you would push the donate button and let us know that you have a financial contribution to give to us. So I'm going to be reading our thought for the week. Those in the room can join me as we get down to the bottom of it in the bold area. May you be open is this Sunday's message. Being open is the willingness to be teachable, to be available, to open our hearts to the whisperings of the divine within us. Ernest Holmes wrote, "Love points the way and law makes the way possible." Life is a continual flow. It moves best by being unobstructed. The core and center of life is love. Love is the generating force creating all things new. Providing order to the flow of life is this thing called law. I'm not talking about the laws of government. This law goes well beyond our humanness. God established and lives through love and law. We each partake and demonstrate love and law according to our acceptance and understanding. When we abide in God's love and recognize its infinite possibilities and potentials, we speak our word and thus draw to us rich demonstrations through law. However, if our faith is weak and we live in fear and smallness, we draw to us those corresponding experiences, such as the great example of Job. Quote, "The thing I feared the most has come upon me," unquote. When we open our hearts and minds to feeling God's love moving through us, we are inspired to do good works, to live by a higher calling. Be receptive to opening your awareness and life to a bigger picture than just your immediate surroundings. Pray and meditate on the vastness of spirit and know you are united and one with all of life's goodness. Nothing is too good to be true for you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open. Have faith. Speak your word with confidence and step out to live the fullness of you of life as you never have before. Say with me, I am willing and open to accept my divine inheritance. I now let go of fear and limitations to experience the infinite possibilities that lie before me. I am grateful, and it is so. So we are here on this last Sunday in May, and the theme for this month has been May You Be. May you be, period. And that is so simple and yet so profound. What does it require? It requires removing the grime and the grit and the stuff that we have applied over this beautiful, bright light of being that we are. We get into this mode of bringing forth and allowing ourselves to believe something that is not true most of the time. We have this inkling in the back of our minds that perhaps we're not worthy of this beautiful divine being that we are. To just be, to allow and let this divine being to live through us takes and requires what we just learned in the first song. Letting go, surrendering, being available. Most of the time we put that gunk on ourselves unknowingly. We wouldn't do it knowingly, but we have these tapes running, these conditionings running, subliminally perhaps even through our minds and our hearts that create that grime, I call it, over this beautiful light that we have. And so there are 3 times that it is recorded in the New Testament that Jesus talks about beaming our bright light and not hiding it. Matthew 5:14 through 16. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a basket, but on a candlestick, and it gives light unto all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Mark 4:21. It is a candle brought to be put under a bushel or under a bed, and not to be set on a candlestick? And on Luke 8:16, no man lights a candle and covers it with a vessel, or puts it under a bed, and sets it on a candlestick, that they which enter may see its light. When we generate that grime and that gunk and that gook within ourselves, we are putting that light in the bushel, under the table. We're not putting it out on the candlestick. That light is innately generated within us. We don't have to do anything to get it there. It's there automatically. That divine light of God is love. It wants to shine through us, to bring this infinite substance that it is into expression through each and every one of us. I'm going to put a little ad in here. On June 11th, our Martin Luther King Choir is coming here to sing in the sanctuary. And I don't know if we're going to sing this song or not. Most of the time, we never know what we're going to sing until he starts playing the intro, and then we're trying to figure out, now what song is this again? But frequently, we sing This Little Light of Mine. And Ken Anderson is the director, and many times he introduces it. Now, if you are from Earth at all, you will know this song. And then he encourages the audience to sing with us. This light that is within us is infinite, and yet it shines uniquely, individually, through each and every one of us. It wants us to put our own bent, our own way of shining with it, through it. So this morning's topic is entitled, May You Be Open. Being open is letting go, being available, being pliable, being teachable, looking for something that is beyond the confines of our little comfort zone that we have generated for ourselves. Can we be open to this infinite love that is flowing, literally flowing through us at every moment? Love works through what I wrote in the Thought for the Week, law. Love is that generating force, but it comes into expression through law. And law is that subliminal energy. Love is that subconsciousness that perhaps we want something, but if it goes through the law of our being that is limited in any way, that's how it's going to be coming out. So the law always says yes. That's why we, in our Science of Mind teachings, are very careful about what it is that we're thinking and what it is that we're expecting and what it is that we want to have in our lives. We don't want to be like Job, what I feared the most has come upon me. We want to sit in that seat of confidence, knowing that this infinite being loves me, and that I have always been in and of and with this infinite being, whether it is on this earthly plane or in another realm, it doesn't matter. That this being has put me here, put each of us here for its will, for its good. And that is our assignment in life, to know what is that will of God. We need to have the faith to be strong enough to let that will come through us. You know those 3 verses that I quoted earlier about our light shining Two of them were immediately followed by a verse that was similar. In Mark it said, "For there is nothing hidden that will not be uncovered, and nothing done in secret that will not be revealed." And in Luke, "For there is nothing covered which will not be uncovered, and nothing hidden which will not be known as come to light." What we think might be hidden in our hearts, might be hidden within ourselves, will come out in expression. We say in Science of Mind, if you know what you're thinking or what you're expecting, just look around at your life. Look at your life experience, and that is the demonstration, that's the evidence of where your heart is, where your thoughts are, where your expectations are. So if you want a grander life, let go of the grime and the grit and the worries and all of the negativity that we sometimes heap on ourselves. You see, the law doesn't question, it just produces. So we are here to take responsibility for ourselves, to know that there is nobody to blame, nobody to shame, that we are each doing our best that we can at every moment. And as we progress and as we move through this spiritual life, we will let and allow the divine to live through us, more so than we ever have in the past. I think one of the most valuable lessons in life that we can learn is that we are not separate, that there is one whole, complete being. And yes, it does express itself through multiplicity and through different things, but I and you and everyone has this divine cord of love and light running through us. And when we can fix our gaze on that, then we will allow that to come forth. So if I see something in someone else that I want to put down, what I'm doing is putting myself down. We need to see that our gaze is set to seeing the divine in all. I love the quote by Emerson, and I have said it many times, and it just feels like I want to say it again today. Just get your bloated nothingness out of the way of the divine circuits. That's our job. Love is continually pouring itself through us, and we have the option of accepting it or hiding it. And that's the truth. I read the passage of Richard Rohr this morning that I wanted to share with you. The mystic's overwhelming experiences are full body blows of the divine loving them, God radically accepting them, and they spend the rest of their lives trying to verbalize those experiences, invariably finding ways to give that love back through forms of service, compassion, and nonstop worship. But none of this is to earn God's love. It's always and only to return God's love. Love is repaid by love alone. That's what our job is to allow ourselves to let this love in, to fill us, to have it overflow through us, and to give back that love any way we can to everyone we can. I know I am going to plug it again. I'm singing in the Martin Luther King choir in this concert coming up. And yet, it's interesting because I love to sing, and I've been in many choirs throughout my life. I started in choir when I was 4 years old. But this choir has given me a new perspective on the spirituality of life. Ken Anderson is a renowned musician, incredible, and he's a pastor. And many of the songs that he writes that we sing are based on scripture. And I just found out recently that he has a doctorate. We were in Ramona when we were performing there, and one of the gals in the choir, she's been in the choir like 20 years, she said, I told our minister to introduce you to say you're Dr. Ken Anderson. And he said, oh, you don't have to do that. And I never even knew it. To me, that's a demonstration of humility. He's getting his bloated nothingness out of the way of those divine circuits, because the incredible amount of energy that comes through him is phenomenal. So I'm thinking that I'd like to make a little bit of improvement on this song, This Little Light of Mine. I'd just like a little tiny bit of tweak to it. How about if we do This Great Light Within? This great light within, I'm gonna let it shine. This great light within, I'm gonna let it shine. This great light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Shine, my dears. Namaste.